Oh, that's better.
UFO. Asteroids. It were like just hovering, rotating and revolving lights. Flying saucer shaped. Definitely not the moon. Bright orange and yellow lights. Pulsating and silent. It weren't a planet or a plane. I wish I had me camera there. 3 large silver discs. Suddenly, a beam of light shot out. I can't explain it. Metallic, silver. What is that? UFO. Asteroid. It were like just hovering, rotating and revolving lights. Flying saucer shaped. Definitely not the moon. Bright orange and yellow lights. Pulsating and silent. It weren't a planet or a plane. I wish I had me camera there. 3 large silver discs. Suddenly, a beam of light shot out. I can't explain it. What is that? UFO. Asteroid. It were like just hovering, rotating and revolving lights. Flying saucer shaped. Definitely not the moon. Bright orange and yellow lights. Pulsating and silent. It weren't a planet or a plane. I wish I had me camera there. 3 large silver discs. Suddenly, a beam of light shot out. UFO. What is that? Asteroid. UFO. What is that? Flying saucer shape. It weren't a planet or a plane. Pulsating and silent. Definitely not the moon. I wish I had my camera there. Asteroid. It were like just hovering, rotating and revolving lights. UFO.
Later that night, Jim noticed another light in the trees. I told Joe to go into the house, and I walked down into the trees, and I think that's the closest I ever came to being afraid. I had to force my legs to take me down, because I didn't know what I would see. I walked down to the light, and there were 2 individuals waiting for me in the light. The light didn't come from anywhere. I can't describe it. It was just light. They obviously weren't nervous, and as soon as I walked up, they spoke to me by name and told me, I can quote that exactly, "How nice of you to come." It was just as though I had been expected. Down below, possibly 50 to 60 feet from us, was a disc on the ground. It was lightly lit. It was just enough to see. And I had no doubts that there were 2 men. They were approximately 5 feet 6 inches tall, I would say. They had on tight-fitting clothing, you know, like a flight suit. I noticed the changing colours.
On behalf of the Honourable Court on Representative, we are ready to begin with the information which we have for these individuals in this time period.
From brown to silver, but I don't know how. They were very fair, had large eyes, and seemed perfectly normal, completely relaxed. They had blonde hair with something over their head, but I could still see their hair. Their hair was obviously blonde and wasn't long. It didn't make much of an impression. The thing that impressed me the most was the eyes. Their facial features were finer. They were almost delicately effeminate and completely self-assured. I was up there maybe 5 minutes. They apologised for the inconvenience they had caused us and told us a more equitable arrangement would be worked out between us. Whatever that means. I wanted to ask a lot of questions, but found that I didn't. You know, like, where are you from? I didn't ask any of that.
Central Control, this is Eddie.
There are several things they asked me not to repeat, as they have no significant meaning, and at all. I think maybe they were just checking to see if I would keep my mouth shut. I told them that if they were mutilating cattle, it was very foolish to do so, and with much attention to themselves. They didn't give me any earth-shattering information, or even admit they were mutilating the cattle. The only thing I found out for sure is that this big fuzzy thing, Bigfoot, obeys the commands. They mentioned a box and that I did the right thing backing away from it. It was what I called an implied threat. They nodded, and approximately 20 to 30 feet away, Bigfoot, as I called him, got up and walked towards the box. The box changed tone and he dropped. They said, as you can see, they are quite lethal. I was pretty rocked because I did not see the disc and it was quite clear. I walked back onto the house. I was excited over the more equitable arrangement. I guess I had some illusion that they were going to give me the cure for cancer for $1 billion or something. I couldn't figure why they'd even bothered to talk to me. It was obvious that I was supposed to come. They didn't say anything that would indicate why, except a more equitable arrangement.
The planet Earth is being visited by extraterrestrial travelers from a group of suns called the Pleiades, and it's time you knew about it.
Oh, Billy Mieres, what do you see? You're my alien contactee. You ride a scooter with only one arm, taking your beard full of charm. Heading up mountain to see the disc on board the craft. You taking a piss, impressive photos, crystal clear. From another dimension, do you hear? Even your cat is freaking out, making contact, I have my doubt. What they tell you on board the ship? Look at yourself, you bearded tip. Thousands of photos of shiny craft. People say you're having a laugh. ZZ Top beard, oversized glasses. Do community care, wipe some asses. Discover silent, climbing higher, staring at the photo, Billy Mieres. Why are you the chosen one? I hope they probe you up the bum. I like Swiss chocolate, Toblerone, but Billy, please, just go home. Aliens travel to Earth and back, swapping conversations, bearded track. Wouldn't call that intelligent life. Go home, get real, get a wife. Go wash that egg out of your beard. Wear better glasses, stop acting weird. Take him away, beyond the moon. Don't bring him back anytime soon. You can keep that Billy Mieres. He's a darn fool and a great big liar. Even your cat is freaking out. 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 Discover silent, climbing higher, staring at the photo, Billy Mieres, 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 staring at the photo, Billy Mieres.
Billy says if you're going to have contacts with the Pleiadians and you have a choice, request beaming. 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 The Pleiadians themselves had to flee ancient Lyra also. Over 230,000 years ago they left and found themselves a new home. They drifted for 4 years until they found a system of 254 blue suns to begin a new life in. Request beaming. Request beaming. As Billy sat under the tree that day, talking with Semyasi very casually, he couldn't help but notice just 100 meters away the gleaming starship that she had just arrived in. He had to ask, how does that thing work, and how long did it take you to get here? Well, Semyasi replied, we call them beam ships, and that name comes from a long time ago in their history when the first propulsion system that they came upon to move among the stars was a light-emitting device, and the name beam ship stuck as it worked on a principle of light transmission. They no longer use that, she says, but the name is always stuck. They prefer the round shape. It's comfortable for one thing. The old drive systems needed that shape, so they had a different body surface to facilitate the magnetic drive. They no longer do, by the way. But she told him it just took 7 hours to get here, but she thought that was a long time to have to travel in a ship. That might not seem too long to us. She left Ira and flown here and got here that quickly. How can that be? Now that's 500 light years away. Now by our technology, that would be impossible at this moment. Our best rockets are moving 30, 40,000 miles per hour. The speed of light is dramatically faster than that, closer to 700 billion miles per hour. So how is it possible? You see, what they've done, she explained, is the ships speed up to approximately the speed of light. At that point, the mass-speed correlation, in other words, the energy of the universe pressing in on the ship, is tremendous. The ships are protected by an energy screen that holds that off. Just at the right moment, they lower those screens and all that energy is forced in against the ship. Well, they use that energy in kind of a compression fashion to do something really unique. They convert the ship and all matter involved with it into thought. So Billy says if you're going to have contacts with the Pleiadians and you have a choice, request beaming.
We were gliding through the stars, past Jupiter and Mars. At home we left our cars. We are Meteor and Zarr. We are going to a better place. When I look into your eyes, that's when I realize it was about 7:35. You made me come alive. Although you're 4 foot tall, some people say you're small. I'm nobody's fool. I think you're really cool. You got almond-shaped eyes, lovely big black eyes. Ooh, I wanna fantasize over your skinny grey thighs. Put your 3 fingers in my hand. Let's walk across this sand and skip across this land. I'll hold your little grey hand.
Aliens don't cry. Aliens don't cry.
Billy Mieres was riding his motorcycle on a dirt road in a desolate cattle ranch in the Cuesta Blanca sector, located between La Paraguina and La Guana La Cadena. The time was 11:30 a.m., sometime at the end of August 1991. As I was riding along, the bike got into a water-filled hole, and the engine spluttered and cut out. I began to check it, and after fixing what I believed to be the problem and trying to start it again, I looked in the irrigation canal, and I saw this thing there. I saw something seated or crouched over a log beside a tree. The creature's skin looked as if raw. You know, when you cut off a slice of skin, and the cut looks whitish with pinkish red spots in it. That's how it looked. It was pale whitish skin, like the pale salamander lizards. We looked at each other for a moment without moving. I'm not ashamed to admit that I was scared by that thing, and I tried not to start the bike and get away. As I moved, the thing jumped and disappeared under the water in the canal. I saw its feet as they disappeared under the water lilies. I started the bike. On reaching home, I nervously explained what I'd seen. My friends and relatives wouldn't believe me, but agreed to come with me to the site. Seeing the crushed lilies there, they believed me and were scared. According to Ulysses, the creature was identical to the one previously described. What impressed me the most was its big head and those huge black eyes, he stated. And as with other encounters, there is a direct link with the Laguna Catagna, since the irrigation canal leads there eventually. All these cases seem to suggest that beings of this type possibly had established their habitat on the Laguna La Catagna and other bodies watering that region. Several investigators believe that there are people, maybe amphibious in nature, due to the webbing between their fingers, frequently described by witnesses. Another encounter near the Laguna Cardagna was reported by Elecatore Aragosta, a very serious 80-year-old man who lives in a Ulivares sector. Just in front of the radar blimp facility, he says that he was once surrounded by 5 of these small grey creatures as he entered his home. He managed to confront them with a stick and yelled at them, at which point the 6 taller creatures, the same type, communicated with the other 5, and they all jumped out through a window and fled quickly, heading towards the Sierra Madre. Luis Aracosta, another resident of the Ulivares sector, who has witnessed many UFOs near the radar blimp, and is the Dorlin Acosta, whose case is described earlier, claims to have fought off and prevented an apparent attempted abduction of these creatures in May 1991. There is also a claim by some of the policemen who stand guard at the radar facility who say they encountered several of the creatures when the facility was being built in 1989, but were even more significant encounters which may provide them with some answers. They took me to their base. Carlos Manuel Marcarado, one of the witnesses to an apparent abduction of the US Navy fighters in December 1988, and who has become to know very well to respect as a sensible and honest man. This was also an impression I put when I met him briefly.
Disco-tin-eum-ium. Corton's back-ium. Guess who's back-ium? Build it up-ium. Break it down-ium. Make some noise-ium. Can you feel it-ium? Raise a roof-ium. On the dance floor-ium. Corton's emporium. Clap your hands-ium. Push it, baby-ium. Ooh, baby-ium. Central control-ium. Potassium and sodium. Cheese and onion-ium. I got a bun-ium. What am I saying-ium? It all ends in-ium. Sailing out to sea-ium. Bottle of rum-ium. Heading for the sun-ium. Having lots of fun-ium. One-ium, yes you're the one-ium. Tropical aquarium, various fish-ium. God I can't stop-ium.
switch me off, mess with your head, this is the end, crazy song, make it up, as I go along, dodgy song, is that the time, gotta get going, early start, good to see you, Disco-tin-eum-ium, Disco-tin-eum-ium, Corton's back, guess who's back, build it up, break it down, make some noise, can you feel it,
Genetic engineering. Genetic engineering. Genetic engineering. Genetic engineering. Reverse engineering. Look at what I'm steering. Genetic engineering. Look at what I'm steering. Genetic engineering. Look at what I'm steering. A chupacabra, chupacabra, choo choo choo. A chupacabra, chupacabra, choo choo choo. A chupacabra, chupacabra, chupacabra choo. A chupacabra, chupacabra, choo choo 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 choo. A chupacabra, chupacabra, a choo choo. A chupacabra, chupacabra, choo choo choo. A chupacabra, chupacabra, a choo choo. A chupacabra, chupacabra, choo choo choo. A chupacabra, chupacabra, a choo choo. A chupacabra, chupacabra, a choo choo. A chupacabra, chupacabra, choo choo choo. A chupacabra, chupacabra, a choo choo. Chupacabra, chupacabra, choo choo choo. Chupacabra, chupacabra, a choo choo. Chupacabra, chupacabra, a choo choo. Chupacabra, chupacabra, chupacabra choo. Are we alone in the universe? Is there an alien base on Earth? What landed in the woods in 1980? Have aliens visited there lately? What are these lights rising from the sea? Is someone watching you and me? Government or military? Men in black we never see. US base lights in the sky. Is it the truth? Why would they lie? Chupacabras in Brazil. All this info makes me ill. Reverse engineering UFOs. Where's Bob Lazar? Nobody knows. Still don't believe in strange craft. Narrow-minded, maybe daft. Has Travis Walton had missing time? Are they already here? Oh fine. Is everything that we know wrong? Is there any truth behind this song? In my head, or is it real? If unexplained, how should we feel? Is it all okay? Do they exist? Is there something else that I have missed? They've been here for years, their intentions are unclear. Stayed hidden for so long, no one can prove me wrong. The skies, sea, underground, is where they are, not being found. Bob Lazar is in his car and on his way to work. Bob Lazar is in his car and on his way to work. Bob Lazar is quite bizarre, thinks he's James T. Kirk. Bob Lazar is quite bizarre, he thinks he's James T. Kirk. Bob Lazar is in his car and on his way to work. Bob Lazar is in his car and on his way to work. Bob Lazar is quite bizarre, he thinks he's James T. Kirk. Bob Lazar is quite bizarre, he thinks he's James T. Kirk. Bob Lazar is in his car and on his way to work. Bob Lazar is in his car and on his way to work.
In 1947, at 11:15, the Nevada desert, 3 aliens got hurt, crashed their disc. They're probably pissed. Buried in the sand, they need a hand to start their craft. They're so daft. Light years from home, feeling so alone. Near the town of Roswell, all is not well. Fallen from the sky, we don't know why. Military on their way to keep the public away. They can't believe their eyes, all stared in surprise. A UFO before their eyes, occupants are still alive. In 1947, at 11:15, the Nevada desert, 3 aliens got hurt. Crushed their disc. They're probably pissed. Buried in the sand, they need a hand to start their craft. They're so daft.
So what you gonna do when the greys take you? You gonna stand and fight or take a big poo? Now they're in your room, better act real soon or you'll be passing the moon while they play a crazy tune. Chupacabras in Brazil, Billy Mieres on the hill, Pop Lazars popping pills and the greys get the frills. Sky's full of discs, reptilians got a lisp. Nordics say hello, but I show him my fist. Area 51, it ain't no fun, but it's alright for some till they probe you up the bum. Don't go crying to your mum. So what you gonna do when the greys take you? You gonna stand and fight or take a big poo? Now they're in your room, better act real soon or you'll be passing the moon while they play a crazy tune. So what you gonna do when the greys take you? You gonna stand and fight or take a big poo? What you gonna do when the greys take you? You gonna stand and fight or take a big poo? What you gonna do when the greys take you? You gonna stand and fight or take a big poo? What you gonna do when the greys take you? You gonna stand and fight or take a big poo? What you gonna do when the greys take you? You gonna stand and fight or take a big poo? What you gonna do when the greys take you? You gonna stand and fight or take a big poo? What you gonna do when the greys take you? You gonna stand and fight or take a big poo?
Right, Mr. Billy Edward Albert Meyer, or can I just call you Beam? You claim to have been in contact with alien beings from the Palladian star system. Can you tell me, is that true?
Yes. Have you not seen my photos?
Well, I have seen your photos, but quite frankly, they're not looking too genuine, Billy.
They're very clear. I have a very good camera and taken many photos of craft.
Well, some would say that they've been superimposed. They may have been digitally manipulated, altered in some way, and that they're not actually genuine at all.
No, I can assure you they're all genuine. I took all of them myself.
So, Billy Meyer, have you actually been to another star system?
Yes.
And?
It was good.
Billy, this just isn't enough. You know, we need more evidence. We need more proof. I just don't understand. You know.
I've shown you the photos. I have been to the Palladian star system.
So you say, but how can you prove that?
I have photos.
But they're not good enough.
I think so.
Okay then, Mr. Meyer. So why did they choose you?
I think the craft was hovering over the mountains and they saw me on my moped glistening in the sun, spiraling up the mountain, taking photos of one arm of the craft.
Billy, do you really expect me to believe all that?
Yes, of course.
Billy, I think you're full of shit.
I'm not full of shit. It is a true story. I've told you what happened and I've ridden my moped. I've taken pictures. I've had enough of this. I don't need this. I didn't come here to be insulted.
Billy.
No, I'm not coming.
No, come back.
No, I'm not.
No.
Fucking interview.
Billy?
Fuck this. No, I'm not. I don't know. Fuck you.
Billy.
NSA in the USA, UFO or a USO, MIB to MJ12, Area 51 and 52, seen the Greys and the Nordics, even the tall ones and the Taken, the abductee with missing time, it's unexplained Roswell 49, Rendlesham Lights, Arizona sites, Falkirk Triangle, Florida Keys, hybrid beings they disappear, a mechanical voice they reappear, they're watching us, watching you, controlling us, controlling you. They're aliens, great aliens, 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 they're aliens, great aliens. You want the truth, show me the proof, I still believe if you wanna leave, turn it off, shut it down, in the skies or underground, I feel uptight, can't sleep at night, studying us from a disco height, alienation or alienation, but it's okay, it's all okay, watch TV shows cause nobody knows, it's all lies, smell the truth, wake up man, open your eyes, we'll vaporize, we vaporize, we'll vaporize, we vaporize, we'll vaporize, we vaporize. They're aliens, great aliens, 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 they're aliens, great aliens. NSA in the USA, UFO or a USO, MIB to MJ12, Area 51 and 52, seen the Greys and the Nordics, even the tall ones and the Taken, the abductee with missing time, it's unexplained Roswell 49, Rendlesham Lights, Arizona sites, Falkirk Triangle, Florida Keys, hybrid beings they disappear, mechanical voice they reappear, they're watching us, watching you, controlling us, controlling you. They're aliens, great aliens, 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 they're they? Aliens, great aliens, they're aliens, great aliens. What are they? Aliens, great aliens, they're aliens, great aliens. What are they? Aliens, great aliens, they're aliens, great aliens. What are they? Aliens, great aliens, they're aliens, great aliens. What are they? Aliens, great aliens, they're aliens, great aliens. What are they? Aliens, great aliens, they're aliens, great aliens. What are they? Aliens, great aliens, they're aliens, great aliens. What are they? Aliens, great aliens, they're aliens, great aliens. What are they?